This is a HeadGum podcast.
This week on the program, it's like your childhood Bible stories, but extreme. It's The Prophecy. I'm Andrew Jupin.
Steven Sadak.
Eric Siska.
Christopher Cabin.
And we hate movies. Hello, everyone. Welcome to We Hate Movies. Thank you for tuning in. As always, that's right. The Summer Blockbuster Extravaganza goes to Catholic horror fantasy realm. We're talking The Prophecy from 95, written and directed by Gregory Widen, his single directorial feature. This motherfucker, big screenwriter, though. We can thank him for Highlander, Backdraft, and Backdraft 2.
Of course. Everybody remembers that one.
I mean, this is like you're trying to lightning strike twice here, right? Because Highlander, huge success. They're trying to do that kind of mold again.
Yeah.
It's so ponderous and serious, though, is the problem.
Well, it's Catholic. Right?
It is, yeah. I mean, this is the third time I've seen this movie, and I've always kind of wanted it to be a midnight movie, which means I was kind of messed up, and I've never understood it before yesterday when I watched it pretty sober.
This also doesn't have the sweep of a Russell McKay movie.
Yeah.
You're really missing him behind the steering wheel here.
Yeah, this was not like a massive success. I think it did not get an international release, and I think we're talking like 16 million.
I get the feeling this was a big VHS hit.
Yes, it must
have been.
I saw this trailer all the fucking time on VHS tapes.
Yeah. Well, they did two sequels, which were both straight to video.
4 sequels.
Four?
Dude, there are... Is it 4 sequels or 5 sequels? There's 2 that came out in the same year.
I think there's 5 because there's 3 with Walken.
Yes.
And then I think there's 2 without.
And then
there's 5 movies totals, 4 sequels.
Wait, who's in the next 3 movies? Christopher Sitten?
Yes.
Come on.
Jesus.
Hi, I'm Christopher Sitten. Every once in a while, Chris calls me up. He says, hey, can you do a movie for me? We split the money. You just go in. It's kind of like splitting a cab license.
I'm Christopher Sitten. I'm from Brooklyn. He's from Astoria. He calls me sometimes. He's a nice guy.
It's pretty great. On top of having a name that kind of sounds like him, well, I also sort of look like him. Like if Christopher Walken was morbidly obese, Christopher Sitten.
Walken, he's a straight shooter. He's a good guy. When I had my 4th failing Pizza Hut venture, he came in there and he said, why don't you do stupid movies for me?
Chris, as you know, is a great song and dance man. Me, I'm fucking phenomenal at Cubert. I can get to the 9th level on 1 quarter. 1 quarter.
You can't even believe it, right? I said 1 quarter, and you were like, no way, 1 quarter, 9 levels on Cubert. Get the fuck out of here, Christopher Sitten, you liar.
This guy is fantastic. He's like a pinball wizard.
But for the classic arcade game, Cubert, I'm trying to look up the fucking rest of these movies. Man, the IMDb app just keeps sucking more every day. All right, here we go. There were 2 more. So it's Prophecy 1, 2, and 3, all him involved. And then
shocking that he's in all 3 of those.
It really is.
That third
that was
one,
a good payday.
That third one, the year 2000, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm going direct to video.
All of even part 2, which they were about to put in theaters, and then Miramax was like, nah, and went direct to DVD or video. So then, in 2005, there are 2 Prophecy movies. The Prophecy: Uprising, and then another one that's like
Uprising.
The Prophecy: Forsaken.
Remember that one?
Well, I'll tell you what happened there is like his stock went up. Fucking Catch Me If You Can. I think it was like 2003.
But he's not in them, though. He's not in the ones.
That's what he's saying.
No, this is
Christopher
Road.
Oh, he's
stock
stock.
in 2000 and 2005 is the next one.
Yeah.
They were probably revving up for the fucking fourth one with him in tow.
That makes
and then
sense.
all of a sudden Stevie fucking comes a knocking.
Yeah.
With DiCaprio in tow.
The biggest star in those other 2 are the actress Carrie Werher.
Oh yeah.
From Thinner, among other things. But yeah, that's basically it. I'm trying to see. So the Walken career projection is interesting here. Now I want to see what maybe took him out of the running for.
He won for Deer Hunter, right? I do want to break in really quick because people.
Sure.
Somebody got a little not super upset. I know we reacted to this stuff too much, but excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, 101 Dalmatians came out in December.
You guys gotta fucking relax.
Well,
you gotta relax. Maybe you were a new listener and you didn't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Guys, get better hobbies. Stop fact checking.
We have been saying for the better part of a decade that the fucking release dates for the Summer Blockbuster Extravaganza do not matter.
Well, it's like
this is neither summer nor a blockbuster, so people might be upset.
Well, it came out September 1st.
Yeah, it's just right there.
That's almost
spawned
Labor Day.
Before Labor Day, and it spawned a massive franchise.
Yeah, I could wear white shoes to my opening. It's before Labor Day.
By the way, we're climate changed up here, everybody. September is still a summer month.
Absolutely, you
So
bet
come
your
on.
fucking sweet ass it is.
It's very true.
And Walken did win for the Deer Hunter Best Supporting.
Very good movie
Congrats.
if you haven't seen it yet.
Yes, that's the.
Yeah. In '99, he's also, of course, in Sleepy Hollow.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I would not. I mean, I don't know how the IMDb top 4 works. But
Headless Horseman. What?
it's- his top 4 for filmography known for is Hairspray, Catch Me If You Can,
Hairspray.
The Deer Hunter, and this.
What?
Come on, The Prophecy, and Hairspray as well. Just
Yeah.
watch the original.
It must have really just been a humongous thing on tape.
it must have been.
That's the only thing
Prophecy?
for it to get this much heat.
Yeah, but also, like, it's the only time he's led a franchise for 3 movies.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Mhm.
something.
Sure.
I mean, these are like totally forgettable horror fantasy
But
movies.
I definitely saw this as a kid a few times, and it stuck with me. So I could definitely see this being like a cult phenomenon.
Yes,
like
sure.
people are watching this. They aired this at like midnight on the movie networks in the 90s a bunch.
oh, sure.
You know what's weird? That Carrie Wurr, she is in this. She's in this action movie I saw when I was a kid. It was on Showtime all the time. It's I forget the name of it, but the big thing is her. There's a lot of sex scenes with her and William Forsythe. And like it is just something to behold there, watching him
sounds
get
awful.
down.
Yeah, watching somebody have sex with a brick wall.
You want to get fucked? You want to get fucked?
Like one of those old aliens from Hitchhiker's Guide, just getting down with Carrie Wurr. It's something else, man.
You want to get fucked?
So much face. This movie has like 3.5 beginnings, which is what you always want.
Yeah, and you really could have cut out this first one where it's just Eric Stoltz mumbling. I was like, oh man, with the audio mix on this.
Yeah, not
It was
great.
subtitle
Mhm.
town.
I was there 3,000 years ago. Angels banished, Lucifer fell, creation of hell. When's lunch?
Eric, the mic is up there. Could you maybe project just a little bit?
You know, ever since a little something happened in the 1980s, my new
boy.
contract says that I can't be fired.
jeez. Oh,
That's
God.
right, new contract. You can't fire me halfway through the movie.
My
Sorry.
new contract says I can't be fired.
Man, Zemeckis and Spielberg, those geniuses, being able to fire you. Oh boy.
My original contract says I could be fired. Now my new one says I can't. So you're just gonna have to deal with the Stoltz
But
experience.
it's good that he learned from Back to the Future.
Yes.
You know, he going forward like that.
It is interesting though, because I think about that every time I see Eric
of
Stoltz.
course,
in
it's
something.
just-
You can't not, right? But like, it would have been fine.
yeah.
Michael J. Fox is fucking great. It launched him into a whole other thing, obviously, but like, Stoltz would have been fine.
Fox is cuter. I
Yeah.
think that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes, yeah.
Stoltz is a little off-brand. He's a whatchamacallit. He's not a Snickers.
Don't start with my beloved Watcher
I'm
You
going
went,
to.
you went to a bodega and got Eric Stoltz
Wow.
3 times in a day.
3 Eric Stoltzes?
All right, you're not. I'm going to cut you off at 3 Eric Stoltz. Is what I'm going to do.
You even got The Fly too? Ew.
This is his Ginger Jesus period he had going
Yes.
on
Yeah.
here.
It looks pretty good. I
It's pretty
think.
cool. I like
He
it.
makes it work. This
Yeah.
is exactly what he looks like in Pulp Fiction.
I mean, this movie also. I mean, like this movie is. It's a Weinstein movie, and very much like it's not Tarantino, but it's around. You having Walken, Amanda Plummer of all things.
That was pretty surprising. I mean, all three of them
Yes.
from Pulp Fiction. It's
Yes,
kind of
for sure.
crazy.
Did he guarantee them that they'd all have a job right after? Like, look,
Yes.
I got this junky piece of shit Catholic horror movie. Why don't you just spend a little bit more money over there, kids?
Dude, Amanda Plummer, though, she got ripped off. I mean, she's got fucking 4 lines in this movie.
It's also pointless at that point to introduce another like
Yes.
zombie servant.
Renfield-esque character. Yeah, totally.
They're definitely leaning into that Dracula a lot.
Yep.
I mean, I agree with that because like, and I would rather, Adam Goldberg's fine, but if you give me Amanda Plummer v. Adam Goldberg, I'm like, when is Amanda Plummer showing up?
Or split it right down the middle at least.
Yes.
Kill me Goldberg a little earlier.
Yes.
Maybe we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, the credits are coming. Like, I'm gonna get me a new henchman. It's like, dude, shut up.
And I think the reasoning, like, what is it? Like, he's above driving a car as an angel?
He can't do it. It's like a vampire not being able to come into your house or something. He can't drive the fucking car.
Vampires gotta be asked through the door. I can't drive a car by myself.
Well, I guess that makes me an angel, huh?
Sure.
I'm a fallen angel because I never even got a learner's permit.
The worst part about God, hates cars. Hates them.
Of course he would. Of course he would. Cars are ruining his planet that he created.
I love that Walken little guttural ending on some sentences.
It's like Eric Stoltz is like, hey, they were either gonna put this in text or I was gonna do it. So I guess I'm gonna do it.
It was like an extra $200 if I just stood here and mumbled it. So,
It was the dawn of time when God started to hate cars. And then they got invented and he got real mad. Industrial Revolution set him off.
But
man.
that was in the Apple was like the car, like, and it was going to take a millennia to figure it out. But that was the first seedling of knowledge.
Like God makes the Garden of Eden, and then suddenly Adam's driving around in a Range Rover, and he's like, "What the fuck?"
It's just easier this way, God. I don't know what to tell you.
Hey, babe, we can fit like 3 of those animals back here too.
Any way you want it, that's the way you need it.
Adam, get out of my garden.
Big Papa, let me tell you about the gas mileage on this sucker. Come on, just sit down here with me.
Where did you get gas?
Sucked it from the earth.
Then we cut to Elias Koteas in the first of many wigs he's wearing in this movie.
boy, oh boy. This one super sucks. And it's like helmet hair going on. Really bad, really sort of matted down.
Because we're trying to make him look young, like in that Kevin Spacey Beyond the Sea movie.
This is way more successful than that fucking pilot trash,
Yes.
which I saw in the theater.
I saw that with you.
Yep, he's like a 50-year-old guy playing a 16-year-old boy in that movie. What a fucking asshole!
Absolute nightmare. Like, just
it sucks.
It's Pumpkinhead and then that. It's just absolute terror.
Just haunting your fucking dreams, man.
And he's singing too. It's awful.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
But in this, I think Koteas is kind of fine. Like he's just an everyman detective, a nothing character. But this is a character we've seen so many times.
Absolutely. But why are they working so hard to make him not hot?
yeah,
Elias Koteas
true.
is not the Canadian De Niro. Let's go, baby. He's a hot man. Just let
Yeah.
him be hot. Stop with this nonsense.
well, that's Cronenberg figured it out,
Yes,
dude.
of
A
course.
few years from now, Crash comes out and he's fucking everybody in that.
I mean,
movie.
that's the thing is you've got Virginia Madsen and Elias Koteas, sex scene king and queen.
Yep.
You're
And
right.
it's 1995. I can't watch these two fuck.
Why isn't there a sex scene? And then that would be a fun thing because Christopher Walken can like be watching it out the window, going,
Wow.
"That's naughty."
He's up there like Belushi on the ladder.
Moving his eyebrows up and down at the camera.
So what happens is we're doing it's a seminary graduation ceremony.
Priest-graduation
Priest
ceremony.
Academy.
Yeah.
This is a franchise I want. It's Priest
Oh,
Academy.
man.
Forever. Now we
The bishop's getting a
words of song.
The bishop's getting a what?
a blowjob he didn't even consent to, just like Eric Lassard in
Got
Police
it.
Academy.
You think
Oh,
they would, you think
sure.
they would fuck
Uh-huh.
with the convent up the road?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Yep.
Bust
we're
them
gonna
in.
go to the nunnery. Let's get them.
Let's bust him in. Midnight Ride.
Habit raid.
But I
This
guess,
habit's dirty. I'm gonna sniff it.
I guess the thing is, it's kind of like a Catholic Red Rover. Like, Red Rover, come over and kiss the floor for like 10 minutes.
Now, the thing that I found surprising about this is like, so you're getting ready to throw your life away to be a priest.
Sure. Well,
No.
dude, fucking rent free, right? You don't have to pay for a meal ever again.
Question,
either, do you?
Yeah.
Write into the mailbag and I want to, I want some credentials. Do any priests listen or
Thank
nuns?
you. And
Yeah,
we're but folks at home, very important clarification. We're talking about actual priests, Catholic and up, not Protestant and below.
I'll take a rabbi. If I got a rabbi going.
Yeah, like let me
Yeah,
know.
I mean, there's only well, because Catholicism's at fucking rock bottom, dude. So there's nowhere to go.
No, you know,
but up.
any and all clergy write into the mailbag. We'll have an all clergy mailbag.
I would love that.
And that does include rabbis, et cetera, but not that horse shit where you sent away because you wanted to marry your friend.
No,
That's-
definitely
yes.
not. None
And-
of that. I'll throw that email right in the garbage.
When you email us that, if you're a clergy member, that counts as an indulgence, and I get into heaven now.
And don't worry, don't use your real names because clearly, if you out yourself as listening to us, God is firing you for sure.
Yeah,
He
totally.
right out the door.
Ooh, we should look through the archives and see if that movie exists on Lifetime. Fired by God.
Isn't that Dear God? That might be that.
Oh, what, the George Burns movie?
No, the fucking
a Kinnear film.
Kinnear weird.
Oh,
he
yes.
gets mail from he
He's like a
starts
postal worker?
answering.
You're
I was
thinking
thinking
of
Oh
Oh
God.
God.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. Oh yeah, Dear God, he's getting letters. Is that just turns out to be like a brain tumor, like in what
Phenomenon?
was that? Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
he
it's-
realizes they were all just letters to Santa, and then he's just sieging up on the floor.
But so yeah, he's everyone goes, they kiss the floor while the priest says something. They have to say, some sort of little thing. It's all Catholic magic, and then then you get your benediction. You're good to go. But when he goes down, he sees these visions of like a Terminator future, which is kind of fun.
yeah, totally. It's just like this angel getting fucking eviscerated in the future at some point. Or
It would
some
be
shit.
funny if all the other priests, like when he just goes down, like fucking pussy. Fucking pussy. You're not gonna be a priest. You're fucking.
Dag it, beef it, dag it, beef it.
Ooh, Mister can't get up, huh? Yeah, fucking yeah.
My question about
Told
this.
you Clinton was gonna cut it.
I could piss on you right now.
My question though about it was like, no fucking family attendance.
I don't know if that's allowed. I mean, I have no idea.
What is this fucking secret ceremony I'm looking at?
The Catholic clergy doing something in secret never happened. Never ever happened.
Yeah, it's just gotta be God and his boys, together.
And by the way, and I know I can already see the comments the three of you are going to make in response to what I'm about to say, but why I said throwing your life away to become a priest, I just like fucking getting down, man. You know what I'm
Sure.
saying?
Well,
I
yeah.
thought I might become a priest as a little kid. I was like, that seems like a cool gig.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Right.
nah. Yeah.
I think one of my uncles almost did too.
Well, that's back when I really believed in heaven, which I don't anymore. And I
Oh,
was like,
sure.
If that's the coolest thing in the world, why not do that? And then you get the inside track. It's like working at Blockbuster.
But I have to assume somebody did the actual Lord's work and bullied you out of it.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Well, when I got sort of pseudo fired for being an altar boy for not showing up, it was just sort of like a real, like, we stopped putting you on the schedule situation. I was like, yeah, this is as high as I go.
Dropped by God.
Well, shit, man. You had to work 1 day a week. What were you doing?
This is busy, man.
Stephen, are you feeling that? Is that a bong you're putting the holy water in the bong? Stephen, get out of here.
Coincidentally, based off of his last comment, he kept missing church because he was at a Blockbuster.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Sunday morning, Saturday night, guess where I was? Blockbuster.
Wow.
And Saturday night was good back then.
It is crazy they closed down all those churches across this country. Blockbusters. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, exactly.
That's where the weekend worship was.
That's where I worshipped. Yeah.
My church growing up totally fucking demolished. I
Oh,
think.
wow.
Really?
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
why is that? Did they find out stuff?
There was never any of that stuff in the church I went to growing
They
Oh,
up.
can't-
little
they-
rich boy over here.
Yeah.
They can't blame us if they can't find the church. Take it down.
Yeah, totally. No, that church was fucking mobbed up though, dude. I
Oh,
went to
yeah.
a fucking Italian Catholic
Oh,
church.
that's awesome.
Dude, we went to like the basement of the Sunday school building. It was like across the street from the church.
And that's where the bodies were.
I didn't see any bodies, but there was definitely a fucking cigar humidor and a bocce ball court in the basement.
Nice.
Oh, fuck yeah, bocce ball.
I had to like bring a box down there one time, and you just went down to this place. It's a bunch of fucking old Italian guys smoking cigars, playing bocce,
Love
probably
it.
gambling, saying definitely racist shit.
Makes more sense. They're like Sicario. They're putting the bodies up in the wall, bricking it up, making sure they have it nice.
Wasn't this room a foot wider the last time I was here?
Yeah, we had some problems with the union.
But he sees these visions and he won't do it. You don't see the end of it where like everyone's like, dude, the fuck?
Dude, you fucked up. You fucked up my priest confirmation ceremony, Koteas. Thank you so much. His name Thomas in the movie, Thomas Daggett.
He's got some line about what happened to him there. Like, some people lose their faith because God doesn't show them enough, but some lose faith because he shows them too much.
And then there's like, you cut to another voiceover, which is where he says that he's smoking on a rooftop. And like, which you don't even know what this rooftop is. And some guy's like, you can't be up here. And he's like, I can smoke where I want. I'm a cop.
I'm a cop. I can be literally anywhere. I could do whatever I want. I could kill you right now.
I could smoke in a hotel room. They don't let you do it anymore, but I could do it because I'm a fucking cop.
I wish I knew more about his like career as an LA detective, because that's what sucks about this movie is like it gets going.
Is it LA?
It starts in LA,
right.
and I was like, oh, rad, like a gross ass 90s LA movie, cool. And then the vast majority of this movie takes place in nothing fuck Arizona, and you're just like,
Still working hard to make sure he's not hot.
Yeah.
I don't get that this other haircut they got on him.
because I think part of it is like, and
He's a sexy bald man.
that's the thing.
Sexy balding man.
We are not recognizing the hair loss on this guy, and that's the thing, because this wig specifically is another like, it's way too low on his forehead, so you can tell the hairline's fake. Like he had the he went bald the way Christopher Maloney went bald.
Yeah.
Where it was like kind of like it had like a peak at the front and it sort of went back.
Hot bald.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Just a nice retreat, you know?
But that's, I mean, like even now, he's on one of those Chicago fart fuck.
Oh, right. NBC Chicago Fart Fuck.
Yeah, I
he's-
love
he's-
that
he's-
show.
He's like a detective on one of those things, and he's like wearing a pub cap and a full beard the whole time. Still hot.
Of course.
Yeah,
Still hot.
I mean, he walks in the door in that show and says, "Does anyone have any farts to fuck?" And you're getting hot, man. You're getting hot and steamy in your house.
Where'd you track these farts? Just tell me where the farts are. I gotta fuck them.
What is this next scene with Stoltz in his apartment for like 39 seconds that doesn't really properly end?
He's
Am I
like,
nuts?
he's crouching on a chair.
Yeah.
It's to let you know that he's an angel.
Yeah.
Because
I kind of like this angel crouch maneuver that this
It's
movie
pretty
has
cool.
for him. It's kind of neat.
Yeah, it's something.
It's kind of like a substitute teacher trying to get to know you. I don't need
Definitely.
a little too aggressive, but I see what he's trying
And
to do.
Stoltz is like, "Give me my little black Bible book."
Well, because they're all, the thing that's cool about that effect is there's a little bit of wire work involved.
Yeah.
Because they're like on the tippy top of a chair, and that fucking chair isn't falling over, and it definitely would be.
No,
Yeah.
I could do that. I could do that.
We'll do it after we record.
All right, we'll do it.
Yeah,
we'll do an
we'll do it later.
Instagram live so you can break your neck on the internet.
I'll call the ambulance for fun first.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just sort of tells them of events to come. This whole, the beginning at least, reminded me very much of a comic book, like of a 90s scuzzy comic book of
Yeah.
just like sort of like competing narratives and like blah, 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 you know, grime and grit, and then this awesome angel fight,
Mhm.
which it's the height of the movie and it never comes back. This amazing angel fight
Yeah.
we get.
This is about it.
Where he fights. The funny thing is, he fights this dude that looks like Glenn Danzig. In the sequel, there's another angel that is played by Glenn Danzig.
I would
They give him
say,
stilts for that role.
He's wearing big boy boots.
no, I would say he looks like Tommy Wiseau a little bit, this dude.
Yeah, I would say so.
Hello, Simon.
Oh, come on, Angel Chicken.
Oh, I have no eyes.
Which is-
That's
I
when
guess-
he really looks like Tommy Wiseau's, when his fucking eyeballs are plucked out of his skull.
That is, I guess, unique. Well, he never had them to begin with, but I guess
Oh, yeah.
Stoltz does like try to rip out the sockets or something. So that's one angel, just has no eyes. Naturally, the coroner's report, Kenny Banya tells us this, but all the other angels have eyes.
Yeah, I don't know. They don't.
I think you lose the eyes once you eat shit. Like when you die, the eyeballs like
No,
go
but
away.
he was wearing sunglasses because he never had eyes.
But
I guess.
when spoiler alert, when fucking
Oh.
Christopher Walken like eats shit at the end of this movie,
his eyes go away.
yeah, because it goes
Oh.
into like it turns into like Christopher Walken puppet head,
Yeah,
and it's just there's just black holes there.
Well, there's this weird line where they're like that when they're like go. I think it's when they're doing the autopsy. They're like, this is like stuff you'd find with like a fetus.
yeah.
And I'm like, so he was like an aborted angel? Is that what this is then?
Yes, I think so.
That's what I guess.
Or like angels are like just a baby that hasn't been born yet.
Look, it has to have like 30 more days at 400 before it's fully done. Can you take him now?
400.
We've also found out that this guy has a penis and vagina.
That's
Yes.
right.
So all angels have that then. So Walken's he's walking around with a nice bush, presumably.
I think so. I
think it's cool.
That's what we're told.
Yeah.
That's right. I go every way you want me to go.
Oh no, your angel's underbaked, isn't it?
It's got a soggy bottom, doesn't
Oh,
it?
look at that! I pulled the toothpick out, mate. Ooh.
Is that what you call a bum? Ooh, that's not a bum, is it? No, a bad bum.
It's like you see this one angel sort of fall to earth. I think it's Uziel is this dude's name.
Yes.
This is a real guy.
I don't know. He looks like Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, well, I
meant,
think in
Bible
like Catholic
talk.
lore, like so. I mean,
Gabriel's he's an
obviously.
all-star.
That's a dude.
Yeah.
Christopher Walken's character. That's like
Yeah.
a real one.
Uh-huh.
Lucifer, the OG fallen angel.
Heard of
course.
him.
Yeah.
But then like Simon, I don't know what's
Yes.
going on there.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I think Jesus was pissed. Like, dude, what the fuck are you doing with that haircut? Hey, man. Hey, come here real quick. Come here. What are you doing?
You see anyone else in this room right now that has that haircut? Oh, it's just me. What does that tell you?
Stop copying me.
Pulp Fiction finished shooting. Change it.
Don't make me tell my dad. Don't make
on.
me tell my dad.
Dad, he's stealing my thing. My thing is that long hair with the beard, Dad.
Oh, Jesus, you're such a fucking crybaby.
I was going to be a ginger too, Dad. Okay? I was going to be out there.
Ooh, Ginger
Rebellious.
Jesus. There you go.
But yeah, he's like, come on, chicken.
They get to this. They get to fighting, and it's whole like Uziel is like, you can't keep it from us. Like you have to tell us where it is, or the soul. We find
Yes.
out the dark evil, a male American soul that will help defeat all the angels. in
Now,
heaven.
I mean, we'll get to it, I guess, but like, because we're talking about it now, why not? Am I reading this movie right in that this colonel that died
Mhm.
was the most evil person on the planet?
yeah,
Up there.
exactly,
Up
yeah.
there.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was
he's tops.
He was above Hitler, but he got stuck at colonel. I think is the idea.
Well,
Yeah,
now, I mean, it's all fallen off now.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true. Real heavy hitters have come through
You know,
since.
Memorial Day was not too long ago. Let's thank this man for his service.
Colonel Face Collector. This
Colonel
fucking guy.
Arnold Hathorne, yeah, who has faces skinned off and he keeps them in a little briefcase.
Dude,
Which is
I
cool.
kind of want that movie or that Netflix crime documentary.
I will say one thing I love on Twitter is when it's around like any patriotic holiday and some like CNN or MSNBC person's like, I'm going to retweet all the freaking like
Yeah.
your cousins, your uncles, your aunts who have been serving in the military.
Yeah.
If somebody gives like a picture of Idi Amin in his uniform is like, this is my uncle. Will you do it?
Well,
Yeah.
that fucking happened to Matt Gatz this past weekend. That
Oh, really?
fucking flaming piece of shit.
Lee Harvey Oswald.
Yes.
That was fucking great. And then what was the? So is that dude Ken Klippenstein or
Yeah,
whatever?
Yeah.
He did that, and it was like a picture of Lee Harvey Oswald, like, "Oh, it's my uncle" or whatever. Matt Gatz like quote tweeted it, like, "Oh yeah, thank you for your service, your uncle" or whatever. And then on top of that, then Klippenstein changed his fucking Twitter name to Matt Gatz as a pedophile.
Yeah, that's tough. That's
Oh
tough.
man, what a great Memorial Day weekend!
Very
Yeah,
nice.
it's wonderful.
I like this angel fight because this dude starts ripping at his chest a little
Yes,
bit. Like,
just like peeling away at him.
that is something that, even though, you know, I'm not the world's biggest fan of me, that's something that I always kind of think about is that weird, like, moment where he's just trying to get
Yeah.
at there.
Well, because they have to rip their heart out or
Yes.
something.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat rules.
What I find really compelling about this fight sequence is that dude, the Uziel or whatever, falls out the fucking window and there's an alleyway where a car is driving 85 miles an hour through and just ices him.
Well, the first, he like Stoltz impales him on a pane of glass.
Yeah, so he gets the Tony Goldwyn.
And he does the eye thing,
Yeah.
and then he flips him. And I here's the thing, and it's always a dummy, but you know what? Weigh that dummy down.
Totally.
A very heavy, like a 200-pound dummy, because this thing starts flipping and
Dude, it starts looking like a bad sketch. Like Chris Elliott should have been involved with it or something.
Angels just weigh less. Next scene.
And then he eats shit by a car, which is, and I don't even think this guy stops. Like, oh shit, I killed an angel last night.
He rams him into a wall.
Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible. This definitely reminded me of the MSG parking garage scene in Highlander.
Yeah, I buy that.
Where it's just like a character you don't know and
Yes.
one you kind of do, but not really because the movie's just getting going. And they just have a fucking epic fight for a reason you don't quite understand.
That's the problem, is that you're not getting Christopher Walken to fight.
Yeah.
Like fist fight or any other kind
Sure.
of guns he can handle.
That's
Swords, I don't think so.
I think
Yeah.
you're right, though. I think this movie's probably better if it's Eric Stoltz, or actually, you know what? Elias Koteas is an angel. You know what I mean? He finds out he has angel powers, and he's just fighting angels.
I thought that was kind of where the movie was going.
Yeah.
Because I, like you, Steve, I had seen this movie twice before.
Mhm.
Both times supremely fucked up, and both times like kind of didn't understand what was going on.
Yeah.
But I thought this time around, watching it, still high, but
Yep.
paying attention, that like that's where it was going, because they kept saying something about like, you know, like the person on Earth is gonna have all the angel powers, but it's a man. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh, cool, like he'll be an angel. He
Yeah.
learns. His name is Michael. That fucking John Travolta movie's right there.
Sure. I mean, amazingly, I never rented this. I was like, it was all the time and I should have, because it had my favorite thing in all trailers, which is like when it's a scary thing and the opera, like,
yeah. Absolutely,
and
dude.
that happens because they do the exact. It's in this towards the end of this when she says, "You can't have her," and
yes.
it cuts to Walken in between.
Yeah.
That was the trailer. That was a big section of the trailer.
I saw this a ton growing up. Not like maybe like five to 10 times probably as an adolescent. And I started to confuse the plot of this with 8mm. So I was like, all right, yeah, because he's going to find that evil soul and he's going to have that snuff film, right? Right? Oh, wait, no, that's Nicolas Cage. He finds the snuff film.
But it's interesting though, because snuff film and 8mm, right? I can see the connection with the creepy colonel and shit. But
Yes.
also, isn't it Nicolas Cage in City of Angels?
Yep.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
there you
too.
go.
Well, this
Yeah.
movie is Wings of Desire with guns kind of a thing.
Yeah, that's true. Now, Eric, let me ask you this though. You say you saw this movie upwards of 10 times. Never dabbled in the sequels?
No, for whatever reason. I
For
mean,
such a prophecy head.
I might have done it once or twice, and I just don't remember. But this thing was on TV a bunch.
It was. I
Yeah.
watched it. I remember watching it as a kid and always kind of like zoning out when it gets boring.
No, I mean, I was watching it for like the Walken moments.
Yes,
like
totally.
all the cool lines.
Yeah.
Like one of the coolest lines that I always took away from this is his whole line of like, you know that
Oh, yeah.
that dimple above your lip or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I put my finger there. I said shush.
I told you a secret.
Yeah. I said shush.
This Bible, I hid this Bible up my ass for 15 years.
Imagine the dedication, putting an entire book up your ass.
And now, today, little man, this Bible is yours.
In like, so the aftermath of this fight is Koteas gets called to the crime scene. He doesn't know what he's doing there because it's out of his jurisdiction. He usually works nights, yada, yada, yada. My favorite character in this movie is this like sassy beat cop
Yes.
who's like two years away from retirement.
Yeah.
Love this guy.
I thought he was dead. Like
Yeah.
he
Yep.
said that. I'm like, oh well, where's this guy about to get his head fucking broken?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or like maybe he's in the movie later. He's like, he bails at Koteas out of a jam kind of a thing.
absolutely.
Because so much of it, he's just like, I didn't know you could read and write, and he's having
Dude.
like fun with it.
And what's great is like he's just this old ass beat cop motherfucker, never got a promotion, right? And here's Koteas is this younger detective, and this beat cop does not give a shit who he's talking to.
Yeah.
Because he's just, he's slinging insults at this guy. You're fucking stupid and can't read.
Well, he's got. I don't. It's like a published thesis.
Yeah,
The way it looks like
a
it's
bound thesis.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Like his seminary work. Yeah.
And it's just hanging out. And like the beat cop is like, so anything about angels being thrown out windows in this book of yours? This Bible you're talking about. Is there anything about the Elias? The Elias. Is there anything about that?
Also, so what was that? Self-published. You got taken to a huge bath on this.
Oh, I lost hundreds of dollars.
Come to my garage. You want 200 more copies? Come to my garage.
I would assume the idea, I guess, is like it was stolen from the Priest Academy or something.
or maybe that's what
Eric Stoltz takes it from his apartment.
Oh, there you go.
because
Yeah.
that scene doesn't end properly. I thought the angel fight took place in Koteas' apartment, and I was like confused by that.
Yeah, no, it's like a hotel room that I
Yeah.
guess like. We need a little more world building here, because why is an angel renting a hotel room?
Because it was the fucking 90s where you need a card back then, cash only.
Oh, fuck, dude.
yeah.
Freedom back in
Now
the day.
angels are fucking just have to sleep in their cars because they can't fucking get it.
Yeah.
Wait, I can't cover the incidentals, so
That's
I'll
what
be in
those.
the
That's what
station
those
wagon.
2 movies in 2005 were about. Angels can't rent cars.
That's what they don't tell you is grace gets you in anywhere. You can just unlock anything. You got grace.
It's kind of great too when Koteas is like asking this cop, like, "Oh, what's going on? What does this look like, or whatever?" And he goes, "This is what you fancy detectives would call signs of a struggle." And he opens the door, and it's an absolute bloodbath.
Yeah.
Real laugh out loud moment.
You
for
get
me.
it. You get it because it's bloody and it looks very violent.
Doesn't this beat cop also have some line about like when he retires, he's going to go to like the Arizona desert or something?
Yeah.
So I was expecting him to show up at the end of the movie like, holy shit, I just retired.
See, but the problem is he's like retiring to some like Tempe senior
Right.
community or something, whereas this movie is like whatever the fuck. What is it called? Chimney Rock,
That's
Arizona.
right. And those Grampy communities is where the Grim Reaper shows up, not angels. My mistake.
Oh, hey, Padre, great to see you. Is that the guy from Annie Hall? I love that picture. Shit. Did he just set that guy on fire? Fuck.
So this is Kenny Banya is the morgue attendant guy.
Steve Hytner, I think his name is.
Who's in at least all 3 of these movies too.
What?
The first,
He's-
which is
Yep.
Why?
shocking. I have no
Why?
idea.
And so that's interesting.
They keep going up to it's another angel, Jerry. Yep, another angel. Jerry, look, another angel got in a fight.
Wrote a book on cutting up angels, Jerry. I'm the angel autopsy.
Yes.
Why do they call it a halo? They should ought to call it an oval.
Go
Round team.
round team. The thing with Banya being in all 3 of these movies is I'm like, maybe we're going back to LA because Banya is like the LA coroner or whatever.
I follow the angels. Come on, let me cut them up. I want to cut them up. Let me cut up the stupid fucking angels. I can't wait to get another book out. Cut me up an angel. Come on, Gabriel. You want to die? Let's go.
Because he calls in Koteas. He's like, and this one, he's got 2 sets of genitalia. He's got no eyeballs.
He also has, it's a weird thing they're talking about where like his bones didn't grow.
Yeah, that's the weird baby part of it. But then he's also like, oh, and he's also got this Bible that we traced back to the 2nd century.
Mhm.
Here you go.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, and he's full of fetus blood or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
So we think it's either an angel or Peter Thiel.
Also, it's kind of like the Dylan bootleg tapes. There's extra stuff in here.
It is weird though, because he's talking about, if like our scientific measurements are correct, this is the oldest Bible on record. Not a glove worn between these
Oh,
guys.
yeah, yeah.
You wouldn't be able to turn the pages on a book that was made in
Koteas is flipping through it like it's the phone book.
the year 200 or whatever.
But we get a sense here that Banya has not been doing too well on the romance scene as of lately.
Definitely.
When the 2 genitalia is discussed,
Mhm.
he's like, yeah, so it's both impotent and frigid.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes. I don't know what's going on at home, but I might want to do a call.
Another set of useless genitals, just like mine.
God, you take one date to Chi-Chi's and they flip out. It's cheap. I'm sorry.
I'd be mad if you took me to Chi-Chi's, Chris.
I know.
Then Koteas, because he's such a genius, is like just translating this thing, and yeah, he's just flipping it. He's like fucking again.
He's like licking his finger and turning the page like my dad reading a hunting magazine.
The joke is, and it's a pretty good joke, where he's like, "Wow, this is the oldest Bible on record," and then Banny's like, "Yeah, don't lose it." And it's like, I get it, but like, no, this needs to go to the Smithsonian.
Yeah.
And the beef here is that there's an extra chapter in this one particular book or some nonsense. Chapter 23.
Yeah,
Wasn't that Jim Carrey movie?
It's the original copy of the Bible with, where they didn't remove the word suckers from it.
Yeah, it's just everywhere. Oh yeah, God thought he was going to do. Well, not God. Whoever wrote it, right? It's a couple weirdos.
Yeah,
right?
a couple flunkies.
They forgot to do Control F. Sub it up.
And so in his like translation or whatever, this is what we sort of learn what the thrust of the story is. There's it's again very Highlander where it's like there's a war between these immortal god beings. The second
war.
Yeah,
so
second
this is
Angel War.
HW2.
That's right. And the whole deal is like,
and that's you're right. It is the second one. It's W2 because it never ends. You know what I mean? The first one ended.
Right.
The first war ended, but then Poppy had it. That war ended, but the second one, W starts. That's not going to end.
Look, we didn't want it to happen, but then they assassinated Archangel Ferdinand.
Well, no, you're confusing HW1.
But the whole thing is like this is like, you fucking crybabies. Angels are so upset that like God loves humans over angels.
You call this love?
Yeah, totally.
You fucking idiots.
Isn't this also why they're pissed in Dogma?
Yes. Yeah. I think this is a common
angel grievance.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like a common trope in angel literature is like, what if there are dark angels that were mad about how much God loves humans? But yeah, man, like, let me introduce you to cancer, dying,
child murder,
diarrhea,
quite a lot.
Jay Leno,
exactly. Like, dude, you get cool wings. You know what I mean? You live forever.
It's just them doing like Lucifer again, right? Like, let's just do that again.
I mean, dude, you don't have to fucking listen to one word that comes out of Jimmy Corden's mouth. You just count your lucky prayers here, buddy boy.
It's me. I'm in hell. Oh yes,
I deserved it. I deserved it.
I demanded to be in heaven and hell. Had a little casting bump they had in heaven.
Dude, he should go straight to hell just for that Cat's performance alone.
I'm also in limbo.
Can't escape me.
You can't.
I
was so
literally
excited
cannot.
to turn on that Friends reunion. There he is hosting it.
Be there again.
He's hosting it.
That's wild.
I might have watched it without him. I didn't because I literally that's where I'm at with him.
Yeah.
In general,
it was tough. I gotta say, it's totally watchable. It's a little long. I didn't need some of it, but like very fascinating to watch them all interact.
Sure.
And I have to say, kind of the preferred method of like television reunions. Like, you didn't need to make that show CBS. You could have just had the cast of Murphy Brown talk to each other. For a while.
that'd be more fun.
Yeah.
You know, James Corden's probably going to host like when I die and like my life is flashing before my eyes. It's going to be like the clip show hosted by James Corden.
Eric Siska, welcome. You're coming to the afterlife. Come right this way.
You can never escape me. You understand?
I'm your host to go straight to hell.
He actually might be God. He's like an internal force.
Oh, Eric, this is your best sexual memories. I'm gonna beatbox over it because I can do that too.
We're driving this minivan all the way down to hell.
I mean, it would make sense if he was God. He's very well-meaning, but annoying as shit.
Yeah.
That's the right way to say it. Because I mean, that guy's he's not a bad person that I know of, but man, is he not for me.
No.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's exactly right. And he also wasn't for all of England, apparently. So thanks a lot, overseas friends.
Damn it. I'm
bet
glad
they're
they're
so-
sinking. I'm glad they're sinking.
Yeah.
Honestly, this was the last straw. This shit was too much.
There is a kind of funny bit where he's translating and he finds the part about Uziel and he's looking at the symbols or whatever. And basically what he's translating is that this dude Uziel, this angel, was like the muscle for Gabriel, which is fucking hilarious. I mean, it's not wrong, but it's just funny. Like the way he's transcribing it, it's basically like, and Uziel, muscle for Gabriel.
Hey, that other angel is talking too much. Usil, take care of him.
He loves running his angel mouth, that redheaded fuck.
Hey, Uzi, that guy. I almost did Woody Allen.
Yeah, no, it's really
Always a danger.
It's really tough sometimes. I mean, and these aren't good, ladies and gentlemen. You know.
Hey, Usil, that other angel, Simon, liked my girl's Instagram post. Go rough him up.
Yeah, that's right. I created a dupe account so I could spy on her posts. She doesn't know it. I have to say, kind of a bit of a bummer. 23 minutes until Christopher Walken. He sachets into this murder scene apartment.
What's with his
room.
haircut?
It looks evil.
Yeah, I
dude.
guess so.
It's just
or
like
lazy.
it is super dyed, right?
Yeah, it's super dyed. It's like, it's very flat and it's like kind of blown out at the back a little bit.
Yeah, I
It
don't.
looks like he's always kind of running a little bit. Is kind of the idea.
It's always windy wherever I'm going.
Again, like, why are I'm not saying Walken is the hottest guy in town, but still, you had to make him
Exactly.
de-hot him as well.
Yeah, he's got this. Yeah, he's got this like monkey's wig on.
Like, you don't need to do anything to make Christopher Walken look weird and ominous. Like,
Yeah.
just you did that by casting him.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, that's it.
That's the
I think-
benefit of him.
Judging by the cover art of this third movie, they give up on that though.
Yeah.
Because it kind of just looks like he's got year 2000 Christopher Walken
Oh,
hair.
sure.
No, I'm not putting the wig on a third time. Harvey, fuck you, you fat fuck.
Well, I'm glad they gave it. Whatever the attempt to try to de-hot Viggo Mortensen was abandoned.
No,
They're
no,
like,
yeah,
yeah,
it's
we can't
impossible.
do this.
But
This is
that's,
impossible.
I mean, because like he plays Lucifer in this movie, like Lucifer can be sexy.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Right? He does have that hilarious like assistant.
I love
whatever
that
thing
dude.
Dude, that guy looks like Emperor Palpatine.
he does.
That guy needs his. I just need like a line, like, "Oh, that's my henchman,
Yep.
Yeah.
Calabac, who does whatever."
Exactly.
I do whatever.
His face, though, with like all the white makeup, he looks like William Sadler playing Death in Bill
Yeah.
and Ted.
He also kind of looks like the devil in that the Passion of the Christ, if you remember that. Like,
I don't
remember
Not
there's
at
like a
all.
weird, just into a horror movie for like 31 seconds, and then the devil leaves.
I don't.
That should be an episode or a commentary or something, right?
Ugh.
The only time I saw that
Ugh.
movie was in the White Plains Cinema Deluxe. Went and saw it fucking in the theater, and I remember like, and this is, and Steve, you will understand this. Eric, maybe.
I saw it in the theater, and I
Chris
think
definitely
I
not.
know what you're
No.
talking about.
But the fucking, you know, I haven't been a practicing Catholic
Yeah,
in
sure.
a really long time, right? But like that fear and all that shit is still just in my body.
sure.
And will never go anywhere, right? So seeing that movie in the theater, right? This little old lady walks in and she had like a fucking pizza and like chicken tenders, you know, and I was
that
like,
was me. Sorry. I was a little hungry.
and I'm like, that's kind of like, I mean, whatever. I'm not
tasteless, yeah.
religious, but I'm like, this is kind of like a little tasteless, right?
Yeah.
Well, then like in the screening, something happened with like the air conditioning unit, and all of a sudden there was this like massive noise, just like like in the theater, and I was like, God's mad because the lady got chicken tenders at the movie.
I mean, I think that that's sort of like, it's weird because like that movie, the word was out on that movie, like, it's really brutal. You're like, I got a pizza for this.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I
Like,
also saw it in White Plains, and people were openly weeping. and I
yes,
thought it
that was in my
wild.
screening as well. Yeah.
People are running out of this screening vomiting. Oreo milkshake on top of that, please, if you do not mind.
Oh yeah, it's a long movie. I'm not gonna have dinner until later. Yeah, the pizza and the hot dog, extra nacho cheese on the hot dog.
Yeah.
I know it's for the nachos. You could put it on the hot dog. Here's an extra $1.
I already heard, okay, he gets part of a cat o' nine tails stuck on his eyelid, and you see the whole thing. I know. Give me the hot dog.
Do you have the cups? I know you have the cups for the little water. Can you fill that with nacho cheese so that I can sip on it while watching Jesus get tortured?
Well, honey, it looks like a downer scene. Everyone's crying. I'm going to go get more gummy bears.
Oh, that guy. Oh, that's Pontius Pilate. Watch him. He's gonna fuck shit up.
Keep your eye on Pontius. Keep your eye on that guy.
What I missed? Oh, they let out the thief?
Look, honey, you just take a tab of what's happening here. I gotta go take a shit. See you, Jesus.
Oh, was he a murderer? What was he? Hey, lady.
Oh, it's the credits already? That's already what happened.
Hey, when do they sing? Isn't this the singing one? No, it's not what. It's not one of the singing ones?
Honey, they're not singing. Let's get out of here.
No Bruce Willis either? No Bruce Willis in this
Yeah,
one.
Yeah, all right. So he's with his mother's a boring shit. I'm gonna go play Time Crisis 2. I'll be back in a second.
What's that sound? Tell me what's it does nobody? Nobody knows it, huh? Okay.
Nobody knows it. Trying to get it going in the theater a little bit.
Tell me what's happening. Come on, everybody. It was a humongous show.
We were talking about Tommy Weiss so briefly before, and people used to throw like spoons at the room. They should have thrown nails at the Bash of the Coast.
Local Carpenters Union go to see it.
Just hucking planks of wood at the screen.
But yeah, so this is he Walken does his first scene. He just licks this desk with the blood on it.
Oh yeah, dude, just the blood and the viscera and whatnot. Yeah.
Then he goes
Simon.
Yeah, he knows.
Oh, that's
the
his first line. Yes, and then he goes to Adam Goldberg, who
maggot pizza.
Oh, maggot pizza.
Yeah, it's decaying food everywhere because he committed suicide.
Yeah.
The most disgusting part of this situation is the spilled chili on a porno magazine.
Yeah.
That's bad.
So there's just a picture of like a woman getting railed and there's chili all over it and it's sitting on a carpeted floor.
Also has like Babe posters around his apartment, which is weird, especially since he had a partner.
The maggot pizza is really the tops though, because you don't have a fat John Leguizamo around to chew that one down.
No, exactly.
In the name of the evil one.
He wants to be killed. He's a Renfield. He's like, you have to go to the coroner's office. I'm going to go to the coroner's office. You go to the police station and get his personal effects.
And I love how
I want those sunglasses.
How am I supposed to just walk in there and get that? It was like, great question.
Like I thought, and they don't address it, so I guess it's not a thing, but I just kind of assumed that like he picked him because maybe he worked at the police station.
It would be something if that was the case, but no, it says go in during shift change. No one will notice.
Oh, right. Yeah, go in during shift change. He looks like fucking Vincent D'Onofrio in Men in Black. Someone would say something.
And he must smell like shit, obviously.
Definitely.
Can't you do some magic? Come on. You're a demon. Do some stupid magic.
He's such a lazy ass angel. I don't understand it. But it's a weird thing of like, oh, these human tasks are beneath me as an angel.
Oh, by the way, Adam.
Christina Ricci, treat her right.
Did they marry?
They were together for a while.
Oh.
I don't think they are anymore, but they were together for quite a while.
That's too bad.
Adam, don't do a movie called The Hebrew Hammer. It'll ruin your career.
Dude, you could not escape the Hebrew Hammer if you had Comedy Central on for a period of like 5 years. It was just everywhere.
I never watched it, but I remember them advertising it senselessly. Yeah.
It was not great.
The Salton Sea, not bad.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
He's very good on Friends, actually. It's one of the better Adam Goldberg.
Oh,
and
that's
obviously
right.
Saving Private Ryan, Steven Spielberg, and these. No, wait. Oh. That's always the worst.
I'm losing this one. Oh boy.
It is one of those things. Like, I'm here this week. Oh no, I'm not. Oh no, I'm not. Oh Jesus, I'm not. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck.
And I was making fun of Vin Diesel. Fuck.
Exactly.
So we go to Arizona for a little bit. We do get introduced to Virginia Madsen a little earlier than where we are, but it's fine. She is the school teacher in this town. She's conducting a choir. She's a real like so-and-so in this community.
I mean, it's a real nomad land situation. The fucking plant closed up and now everything is gone kind of
Absolutely.
a thing. And Amazon ain't there yet, I guess, is the idea.
Yeah, and it's a weird thing where it's like this huge school, but because so many families left, it's like a gigantic one-room schoolhouse. Because like later in the movie, when Koteas gets there, he's like, so like, you know, what grade do you teach? And she's like, all the grades. They're all just here in this room. This can't be the right way to do this.
And yet somehow Nick Cave is playing the club nearby.
Very much so. But yeah, Stoltz shows up and he finds, I don't know which is the first angel kiss. Because it's Stoltz kisses this old man.
That was the one I noticed.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's
whoa.
the colonel at the funeral.
The colonel,
He gets the soul.
Mm-hmm.
That has to come first.
Yeah, and then Walken kisses Uziel before he burns him up.
Which that one I didn't get. What is that? You're like preserving Uziel or
no,
what?
I think this is like it's I don't want this in any X-Files. Gotta burn the bodies.
Well, the burning I totally understand,
Yeah.
but what's with the kissing?
smooch?
Well, it's just pay your respects, dude.
Oh my God, he's gonna get his soul sucked.
That Mortal Kombat movie, I was screaming at the television.
I didn't see it.
God.
Yeah,
It fucking sucks shit.
in January we'll get to it.
Oh,
Don't
I'm
worry.
excited about that.
But that's a line from that.
Oh,
movie.
wow, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the sign above the morgue freezer. The freezer is for bodies, not for beer.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
You gotta warn them, creepy coroners, man. They'll put shit anywhere.
I just wanted this. It's so silly to think about them kiss. I need Eric Stoltz to tell Virginia Madsen, I gotta go kiss the general, the colonel. Sorry, I have to go
Yes,
kiss the colonel and get his soul.
You kiss the general, you get really good car insurance.
You kiss the colonel, you get his secret recipe.
Just kiss me and Shaq. No insurance needed. We just like kisses.
Dude, kissing that guy in Shaq, I'm the cartoon general.
Yes.
Now people overseas might not know this, but there's a little stout cartoon man with a general's uniform and a big helmet. He kind of looks like Captain Crunch.
Yes,
and
he definitely does.
He hangs out with Shaq, and that's not bad. That's an afternoon.
He's like a tiny Patton with a mustache.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
little bit of like a Yosemite Sam mustache.
Yeah.
But like until Shaq joined that advertising campaign, I mean, this thing, like the general, they eventually got a little more money to make the animation better. But like the OG general, I was like, well, this is fake. This is all fraudulent insurance. It's a scheme. You're going to have your whole life savings taken from you.
Well, that was the thing. Is they saved up for Shaquille O'Neal. Like the first couple commercials, lay the groundwork, maybe get some word of mouth, and
get the lore of the general going.
Once you get $600,000, you get Shaquille O'Neal, and then we've got it made, baby.
But is the general like? This is so stupid. I mean, is it like a Geico situation?
Yeah, he's like the mascot.
Yeah, he's the guy.
but
And
it's not
just called
Geico.
like General.
I don't
Car
know.
insurance?
Call the general.
Call the general and save some time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess it's just general insurance.
And it's in like bum 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 bum
Yep.
bum bum.
And then Shaquille O'Neal's like, that was great.
That was great. I'm going to use that money to now buy Papa John's.
Did that happen?
He's on those commercials now. I assume he's
on the
do
board of
anything.
directors too.
yeah, I
Probably.
think so. Yeah.
But so yeah, he gives him a big smooch. He burns up. Simon smooches the colonel, and then so it's this dilapidated schoolhouse. Virginia Madsen's got a lot of things going on. There's this little girl Mary who goes up to Eric Stoltz to do like hide and seek in the creepy parts of the place. And
The deal is there, like the school, they only use like a few rooms in the downstairs, but the whole upstairs is just creepy and abandoned.
they do a shitty job of locking it from a room full of kids.
Yep.
First of all, you got like all sorts of ages. Kids are probably like doing finger stuff in different
Well,
places.
absolutely.
Sure.
Well, because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, there's high school kids
I
there
hope
too.
you mean finger sandwiches, having some healthy snacks.
No, the one like 16-year-old boy and the one 16-year-old girl in the class are fucking diddling each other.
You think so?
We were talking about fingerling potatoes. Eric. Don't you
Ooh,
worry.
like
Which,
a fingerling potato, dude. Yeah.
I guess that would work in a pinch. You could shove it up something.
Absolutely. The really long one.
Yeah.
But like they become fast friends because like, hello, little girl. I mean, he is
This is
so
fucking creepy. This is insane.
Exactly.
Dude, I could not separate the two roles if I tried harder.
He's doing his like soft Eric Stoltz voice thing, and it's
Can you
like,
keep a secret?
yeah, I know.
Even if it's the biggest secret ever.
I mean, come on.
Where was fucking Eric Stoltz's agent on this? Like, hey, Eric, I've been noticing something about the roles you're taking. Like, I thought we were going to do some kicking and screaming stuff and all that. You're always kind of trying to fuck kids or actually fucking kids. What's about that, buddy?
Eric Stoltz needs to work with Noah Baumbach again.
Yeah.
He's
That
good.
would be rad. That movie is fucking great.
I like kicking and screaming.
Yeah.
Great movie.
But yeah, he's like it's the biggest, and that's the thing too. Is like everybody tells kids, don't get in the car with anyone, don't accept candy. Don't accept a secret. If an adult comes up,
No.
you should have no secrets with any adults.
Yes.
Everything's
should have any secrets.
agreed.
When they're asking for a secret, what they're actually asking is close proximity to your ear
Yes.
and face. And that's not good.
And that's the weirdest part too. Like, yeah, Eric Stoltz is kissing everybody. he kisses this little girl on the mouth.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm sure he's not kissing. It's just like, you put her mouth
Yeah,
on
like a
this-
CPR.
kind of a
move or
thing.
something.
Yeah, I'm
But,
not saying anything about Eric Stoltz, blah, blah, blah.
Yes,
But-
he did CPR on this girl on set. That's it.
It's just that on camera, it looks very weird. And like, I don't know, man, when you're just making this shit up out of thin air,
No,
why doesn't he put the
because
fucking hand on the head?
I think kissing is very like pious in a way, right? You
Yeah.
kiss the Pope's little fingies.
But if you watch this, if you're a
Welcome back to the Pope's little fingies.
Oh, good night. Me.
what accent? Is that a Latin accent?
Good night. Oh, my beautiful Pope. Let me kiss your fingers, every single one before bed.
I want to kiss of the fingies. Let me the kiss of the fingies.
I guess it's a ring or whatever,
Yes.
right? But like
Yeah.
the fingy kissing is a prominent part of the religion.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're watching this on dailies, and you're like, this looks weird.
Exactly.
That's
Maybe
a great call.
Why aren't you like why is the scene of God? This would neutralize it, by the way. Have God a scene with God's voice being like, Gabriel, Simon, my sons, you must go forth and kiss. Kiss all of them. Kiss the dead.
I
kiss
guess
them all.
you could kiss like a forehead, I guess, and
Yeah,
maybe
that'd
get
be
the same
something.
idea.
But it's all mouth.
But
It's
it's
all
this,
making out.
because it's this weird thing where souls are coming out of and going into bodies through the mouth.
Well,
See,
the
I would
original idea I was reading on the IMDb trivia was ass to ass, but that was
Oh.
too. They
Mhm.
liked it, but in dailies it didn't work.
So like swapping souls like this, I would understand if they were French souls, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Well, French kissing, French souls.
Whatever they so like she's got the soul of this dude in there. Virginia Madsen's like, hey man, you better get out of here. She comes in, she sees this girl on his lap, and she's like, you better get out of here, Mr. Man. I'd be like, I am calling the police immediately.
Dude, what is going on? This lax attitude from a school teacher also, my God. The
Well-
freak out doesn't happen, and it's really weird.
I don't like that this possession is just like miner's cough or something.
Yes.
Like she's just sick, and I'm like, why isn't it like yeah, last night she used every slur I've ever heard. Just like all of them, all the curse words I've ever
'Cause
heard. She tried to eat one of her fucking classmates.
The Colonel's voice does eventually come out of her, or at least his words or whatever.
Yeah.
That's a cool scene. It kind of comes out of nowhere. She uses a quick slur and it's like, oh my God, you ever see how those people die? Kind of a thing. And it's like really weird. And I'm like, that should be a lot more of the movie.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Because it'd be cool. Like this weird little racist girl.
A weird little racist girl. That would be an amazing horror franchise.
Exactly.
Well,
it's
'cause
like
also-
Orphan, but she's racist.
Exactly, yeah.
If she's like walking around doing this voice and whatever, I mean, it's kind of like Chucky.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
So that's a thing.
Well, Little Racist Girl was definitely pitched as a comedy in the 90s.
But yeah, so then Elias Koteas goes down there.
There's a dumb part, but right before he takes off, that I don't know why it had to be this way in this movie, but like he leaves for Arizona basically from Banya's coroner's office.
Yeah.
And while they're there, they're looking at the fucking charred angel corpse on the floor, and Elias Koteas is like, looks like a snow angel. He's saying this to Banya, and he's like, when you'd lay down and move your arms and legs back and forth in a fresh pile of I was like, yep, snow angel,
Yeah.
pretty universal.
Oh, no. This is a West Coast movie. No one knows what that is.
But I would just be like, they ain't moving. It's a cross. Are you stupid? Can't move. There's no wingspan here. There's just a cross. What's fucking wrong with you?
Oh, we do have one of my favorite Christopher Walken powers before he burns Uciel, where he's just like he can put people to sleep whenever he wants.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because there's like this big hillbilly morgue attendant guard who just gets put to sleep, and which I believe is how Epstein went. Is Gabriel went and it was like shh, and then he made it look like a suicide.
Yeah. Then you got the bed sheets and all that. So
And then
tissue paper.
Gabriel took him back to heaven to live happily ever after.
I
He
modeled
said he's sorry.
I modeled his suicide after one of my favorite movies, Nightmare on Elm Street.
I just remembered about the whole fact, the soul sucking out of the dead body and the kiss swapping. It's just like the soul just sits in the body. Even when you're dead, it just sits in there.
Well, because we find out later, for some reason, because this war is going on, God's like, that's it. Heaven's closed. No, that's it. We're good.
Yeah.
For thousands of years, mind you.
Mhm.
And heaven has been closed for business this whole time because Walken is like saying to Virginia Madsen, like, oh, yeah, well, your dead parents, they're still just in the ground hanging out because they can't get up to heaven and whatnot. Or maybe Viggo says that. I think it's Viggo.
Yes.
And it's just like, oh, man, well, that's a bummer.
Yeah. Meanwhile, fucking Danny DeVito demon is managing limbo that is swelling to capacity. You know, they have to go somewhere.
You're working overtime tonight.
Viggo does have a mention that like some eventually do get to him.
Yeah, so there is hell.
Well, yeah. If you get so tired, you're waiting for a train to New York and you get so tired, you're just like, I got to go to Ohio, I guess. Fuck it.
But whatever. So yeah, he shows up and like Virginia Madsen's like a little creeped out by, when does Walken make himself known? Because him and Adam Goldberg have a little road trip down to Arizona.
We're driving down to Arizona and he gets there and they go like immediately to the school.
That's right.
And Virginia Madsen first encounters him like on the steps of the school. Again, Virginia Madsen, F+ for your fucking child safety standards.
Yeah.
There's a creepy motherfucker sitting on the stoop of your abandoned school, children in his lap.
When she asks what he's doing, he's like, I'm talking to the kids.
911. I don't get this.
I was bored.
He does this thing with the kid. He's like, hey, why don't you blow into this trumpet? You ever hear of Gabriel's trumpet?
Yeah.
And it blows out the window.
It's you know, that's kind of a cool thing that
Yeah.
never comes back.
Exactly. She's at the last act. Oh, yeah, Lucifer, you think you're hot shit. How about some hot jazz music? He just blasts his ears out.
They should do more references to the Bible other than like he should be like playing with an apple at some point,
Yeah.
a snake in the tree.
Sure, all that shit.
Get it all in there. Come
Yeah,
on.
why not?
This is boring as shit. Come on. Have something happen.
Yeah, what else? Like fucking whale someone's inside of? I don't know.
I think this is also, is this not after him encountering Eric Stoltz in the school?
Oh, yes.
Because
And then-
Christopher Walken,
That's right.
He basically like fucking kills Eric Stoltz right here. Eric Stoltz is still, I guess, like really wounded from that fight with Glenn Danzig.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he like, it's kind of cool because he like burns them up. You get like a Freddy Krueger, Eric Stoltz. He was fired from that movie as well for a second.
Dude, the thing about this burned up Eric Stoltz, and like, it's not an exact replica. I just thought that at the time it looked like who could have been wearing that burned makeup was Christopher Lambert.
Yeah, a little bit.
It just like whatever they put on him, it gave him the kind of like Christopher Lambert's like caveman forehead a little
The
bit.
wily eyes.
Yeah.
They went everywhere after it. That's a big Lambert feature.
It's really some disturbing makeup here, and he's just like talking to him like normal. He won't. Walken is like, where is the soul? Where is it? Where is it? And he won't tell him. And he basically says to him like, I can keep torturing you like this forever, yada yada.
Well, you know what this means. Time for kisses.
better get kissing.
Angels can do two things: fly and kiss.
We do never see them fly, which would be cool.
Nary a winged angel in this motion picture.
The finger thing means the money.
Yeah.
I think it's also way less badass. Too,
Yeah,
because
that's
what
true.
you have to remember about this movie, it's pretty badass.
A lot of dusters.
Yep.
You know, God gave us all a choice. It was wings or penis and vagina, and we all went penis and vagina.
I have the most badass ability. I could put you to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like he should just quit it with the trying to take over Earth. Put a little drop of your blood in pills and shit like that. Sell
sure.
it as pre-melatonin as a thing. You're fine, dude. You're doing good.
You got the night jitters. Why not drink some of Gabriel's blood?
I would absolutely buy angel blood,
Oh, sure.
right? I bet that would
Where's it going to happen?
cure a lot of stuff, probably.
Have Gabritan.
Are you worried about the big promotion that you might get? How about some Gabritan?
Uh-oh. What's that? Nervous about the first date? Well, how about chugging some Gabritan?
What's that? Tomorrow's your wedding? Gabriel.
Confidence out the ass.
The best night's sleep you've ever had, and you don't even need to kiss an angel.
Gabriel's Kisses. It's a chewable tablet. Get your mojo working.
Now in gummies and drinkable vials.
Everybody loves gummies. What with it being like a candy? Oh man. So Mary not feeling well, leaves school for the day. So Virginia Madsen goes to check on her. And important to point out, by the way, Mary is Native American.
Yes.
She has no parents. She lives with her Native American grandmother. And it's this terrifying thing where Virginia Madsen like goes into their trailer and it's like, oh, how's Mary? And the grandmother's like, not taking it so well. They've brought in somebody to officiate some sort of ritual here, trying to do some healing. This is all very like cribbed from Poltergeist 2. It's that kind of like vague Native American something or other. So they're doing that here in this movie also. And it's Virginia Madsen looking around this fucking trailer and she finds all these drawings and like you haven't super put it together yet that the spirit of this fucking insanely violent, horrible colonel guy is in this little girl. So Virginia Madsen finds these drawings and it's all just like people getting impaled and fucking murdered and shot and everything.
I love around this time, Elias Koteas goes to the colonel's house. And like the world's least curious landlord is like, yeah, he died. He doesn't have any family or nothing. Whatever you want's in there. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I would be looking at these tapes.
Look, go crazy. I already raided the underwear drawer.
There's a mention, I guess, like that the house is probably going to go up to auction. So I guess he owned it, but then the town was given it.
Yeah. I mean, where else? I guess if you have no whatever.
You're like a ward of the state or something.
But then like it's behind like that. It's not even like a thing like Watchmen where it's like he has to press a button and the thing opens up.
Right.
It's like the closet and there's like these faces in it.
That's the banality of evil, man. That's how it is. It's everyday shit.
So this is where it gets the evidence.
Yes.
The canister. Like this.
Watching
this
newsreel.
This is probably where the 8mm mix-up happens.
This is what I always thought of, and I guess it's kind of similar because it's footage of like of all these dead bodies and this dude.
Make sure you get all these atrocities. Make sure we have a record of all these atrocities.
And the colonel is like patting his belly on the battlefield, like, oh boy, I ate great today. And then it's just like all this documentation that's like cannibalism was at play.
Can you zoom out? I want you to get the whole mass grave at once.
Look, I'm asking for a lot. What about a tracking shot down the corridor to see all of the dead bodies we've nibbled on?
Nibbled?
And there in the footage, he's holding the little suitcase and then he notices the little suitcase and opens it up and sees what it is. I think it's funny that the U.S. government was like, yeah, you can keep that. No,
because he goes on trial like, all right, we're docking you 2 weeks' pay, mister, and you get to keep the faces, but totally keep it quiet.
And I don't know what the...
By the way, great job.
Excellent.
Thank you for your service. Hope you had a good Memorial Day.
I'm saying 5 faces, okay? The rest of them are staying with us.
Were these in the newsreel? There's also like headline footage or something.
Yeah, I don't know who cut this thing.
I don't know, but there's some great things. Court accuses Hawthorne of human sacrifices.
Yeah, that's cool.
Alleged cannibalism, and then court-martial in Korea for Hawthorne. Yeah. Charles Foster Kane accused of cannibalism.
Where was everyone knew him as the colonel? Everyone in the town went to his funeral, they say.
Yeah.
I would love him just to get a shot of him watching it and then here at the very end, Finkel goes wide. Finkel loses. Miami loses.
The little footballs.
Laces out, Colonel.
I mean, like, where was Gabriel like when Bundy got it? Where was he when Gacy got it? You know, I'm gonna kiss John Wayne Gacy on the mouth, then start the new war or whatever.
You know what though, dude? I'll tell you right now why Gacy wasn't involved with that. I tried to get Gacy's soul, but no way. Kissing a clown
kind of creeps me out.
There's a mention towards the end of the film. Lucifer says that like angels don't possess the like tactics and treachery that man do.
Okay.
So Gabriel wants this guy to be a colonel in heaven to command the armies of angels.
Oh, okay. So it's
which
more
is weird.
It's the war record that really turns him
Yeah.
on, not
Yes.
just the atrocity. I thought it was like he was the most evil man of all time.
Demons
It's
will
both.
listen to him. They will listen and come into
Yes.
file for him.
It turns out that Venn diagram is just a purple circle.
Got it.
Those faces in the box, though, man, I got to tell you, the first time I tried
I went after
watching
Walt
this,
Disney, but no military experience. Can't use him. Can't use him.
What do I need a guy to doodle in heaven? I don't think so.
although his racist cartoons could be funny.
Could be good for morale.
Oh no, Kissinger, he's going in the first round.
I can't believe it. Still alive. I keep waiting for that old fuck to die.
His brother just passed. What's with that?
He's gonna take my job.
That is right. I will lead all the angels in the war for heaven.
Go to sleep.
I believe you have my trumpet. Thank you.
I don't turn into a pile of doves. I turn into a pile of turkeys.
I cannot let the angel Gabriel know that I actually dropped my glasses in the toilet.
I cut you off. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. What the fuck was I talking about?
The first time you saw this movie?
Yeah, so it was like maybe like 2 years ago. I tried watching it for the first time and completely greened out. And I woke up to this scene of the newsreel footage. It was just like, well, this took a turn.
Cannibals? What the fuck happened?
I had no clue, man. It was fucked up. I turned it off at that. I was like, you've lost it.
You lost the thread.
Yep.
Blah, blah, blah. So now he knows that the colonel is evil, and that's what's going on.
I love Christopher Walken heckling Elias Koteas while he's at church.
Yes.
Because like Koteas is like just, praying or whatever. And he's like, hey, you, let's talk in church.
Weeknight at church shows good character.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Don't you know, must-see TV, it's on.
I love there's little shots of walking throughout this. Like one point he's just like on top of the school as like a little gargoyle.
Yes.
I like them peppering that throughout.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, he makes the move. Like, this movie would be dry sand without him.
I couldn't imagine anyone else playing this role.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
No.
This is the church scene is where he does the finger to his lip thing.
Yeah.
I told you a secret. It was the recipe for Kentucky Fried Chicken. Everyone knows it, but then forgets.
A lot of cumin.
11 herbs and spices. I said to the colonel, why not 12?
You knew it. Everyone, when they're born, could cook fried chicken like the colonel, but then you forget.
We're going to need one more spice for heaven. Going to have to make it 12.
Paprika.
It's just red peppers.
There's a thing where he's talking. So when he is talking to the little girl, like outside the school, Sandra, and he's like, because he's trying to figure out, like, he kind of has the idea that like the soul might be in one of these kids or whatever. And he goes, did you see the man upstairs, Sandra? And she's like, yes. And he goes, did you talk to him? Some exquisite walkening.
Quick question. Did he get to first base with you or what?
I'm confusing myself. Are we talking about God or Simon the hobo? The man upstairs.
Then they go to the cave of whatever the fuck prophecy nonsense.
There was a line. I think Virginia Madsen has a line that there was like a copper mine that was how
that's
the town
what closed.
Yeah. So then the town went desolate. So then Gabriel, I think, is just living in the fucking copper mine.
Oh, that's right.
Like a gargoyle, like not a gargoyle, but like what's a cave dweller? A goblin?
I mean, that's where the most death would happen. So that makes sense.
But there's no setup for it, though. It's just Elias Koteas goes like, gee, I wonder where this guy could be. And then Virginia Madsen's like, well, I know. And then it cuts and they're at the cave.
It's pretty
the mine
weird.
shaft. And I was like, well, you need something like
Deleted scene.
there was like reports of somebody who was seen around
The
there.
local cop could mention like,
Yep.
oh yeah, what a hobo burned up in the school. Well, we heard some reports out at the old mine. There's been one or two.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then they see these visions, more Terminator Angel War stuff. All these angels on pikes, which is pretty cool.
I like it. The impaling is pretty
Yeah.
nice.
Like it's this really awesome thing where like he turns the corner and sees into this totally other dimension landscape of like all of these impaled. Are these dead angels?
Yes, I believe they're dead angels.
Uh-huh,
yeah.
uh-huh.
I mean, that's what I mean, you know, Virginia Madsen's great. Get me Michael Madsen as an angel, like who's fighting. I mean, now it's way too Tarantino, but you know, like
yeah.
Yeah.
At least just give me more of these like Megadeth album cover visuals.
Exactly.
This is what I'm looking for here.
That little girl, Mary, deserves to live. And we angels deserve to die.
Exactly. It would be kind of rad.
Is that a Hanzo Bible?
I think there's a rule though where you can't put more than 3 Quentin Tarantino
Yeah.
actors in a movie together. Otherwise, you have to then pay QT to punch up the script.
yes, exactly. And then it's like, oh, do you remember that scene in Family Matters, pop culture, right? Where does Judy go? She is like God, I guess, because she left us and comes back. I don't know.
I was expecting more of that shit.
Yes.
Like when they're Adam Goldberg and him are doing the fucking
Yep.
like driving across country, even though you're a demon god angel.
Angel book.
Angel
dude.
biggest person. You can't fucking fly.
I'm Event Horizoning a pizza.
I can't believe it. I go into this guy's house, Mr. Goldberg, and his wife threw out a glass that I drank.
You've never had fried chicken?
I mean, the obsession with kissing and stuff. I could see. I'm going to move that Gabriel glass away for
Yeah.
a minute. Yeah.
Lord knows a fucking subway pulled that dude. No thanks.
Yeah, can I see through time now if I touch this shit?
But I mean, even that, Chris, or maybe like, oh, you know, this car ride is pretty boring. How about we listen to the Butthole Surfers? You know what I mean? Like punch it up with some pop music, possibly.
That's a great thing right
Yes.
here. Like I was noticing this. Like this should have been a movie where like it was a terrible soundtrack. Like
Yeah.
a famously terrible soundtrack with all the music you wanted to forget from like the
Yes.
early 90s, early to mid 90s, right? And instead there's like 2 songs maybe, including one that's just over the credits. Big disappointment.
Look, if this is including Walken doing Pepper, like
Yeah.
karaoke, I don't mind.
It should
The
have been
sense of time.
that should have been a better shot. Got him in the head. I don't know the rest of the lyrics to Pepper.
I don't mind the sense of time. The images it shows.
Wow, there you go.
It's a banger song, everybody.
It is a good one.
Go into your older brother's room and get his Butthole Surfer album and put that song on. But yeah, so like whatever, they see this crazy Terminator vision. I think somebody throws a lantern at it and it goes away.
It is fucking hilarious. There's a lantern that also like just comes to life on its own.
Yes.
And Koteas takes it and is like, nah, and throws it like against. He just throws it and it winds up going against the real wall that is there.
Which is also written on in like
angelic script, we're told.
right. What is that?
I don't know.
Right?
Because
Is
it's
that
kind
a
of like
thing?
calligraphy.
I guess so.
Yeah, what kind of font is this? Is this Pick Sticks?
I think it's wingdings, dude.
Well done. But whatever.
All of that shit comes to nothing as
It does-
far as
no,
I
no.
know, right? He doesn't translate any of that cave.
The next
None
thing
of
is
it matters.
the big showdown in Grandma's fucking trailer. All Grandma has in the world is this trailer.
This is
Let's be clear.
unfortunate.
And she's been spending the last 2 days yelling at this kid trying to get the evil spirit out.
Exactly, and being racistly slurred at by an old man in a little girl's body.
Yeah, yeah. And remember, the Native American angle too is interesting because movies in the 90s in general, it was like in the 80s as well, right? It's Catholicism and Native American
Yes.
religion. That's the only true religions.
Yes, no, you're
Right.
totally
Those are
right
the
because,
two.
because they're the most mystical. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
you know, exorcist stuff is all the Catholics. They do all that crazy hoodoo nonsense.
Yeah.
And obviously, at any and all Native American stuff, you know, we fucking desecrated them, but we really think their culture's neat.
Well, yeah, there was just a line of these movies where like, look, we're kind of like them, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We killed them all, but we're kind of like Thunderheart, Dances with Wolves, all
Yeah.
this shit.
Garbage. It's just weird though, because at the end of the movie, like the movie is like sort of positioning itself where it's like, yeah, Catholics believe that we're all equal on this planet. And I'm like, no, the belief is such that like these Native Americans wouldn't get into your heaven because they don't believe in your God. What fucking connection are you trying to make?
After we own it. They're all equal after we own it all.
Well, I guess it's like, well, like it couldn't hurt. You know, get to work on that girl.
So it's a big fight. Adam Goldberg dies, and his last line, which is pretty funny. Adam Goldberg says, "Thanks, buddy. You're a real sport."
Yeah, totally. I really love that. He's just been like wanting to die for so long. Thanks, pal.
And like, there's this thing. All right, so
He gets shot up right by Koteas.
And like, there's one bullet left, and Virginia Madsen. Everyone is out of the trailer at this point. The girl is out of the trailer.
Yep.
The trailer is empty. Gabriel is out of the trailer. He's like, "You son of a bitch," and blows up this old lady's trailer.
It's insane for two reasons. One, now this poor grandmother is homeless.
Absolutely.
But also, like, I think she's doing it like trying to get Gabriel, but like with zero regard for the fact that Koteas is standing right next to it also. And this trailer explodes. They both go flying. And then she's like, "Oh, Michael. I was like, well, you didn't give a shit when you blew up this fucking trailer. And he was 2 feet from it.
Wait, and they're not in the hut
Thomas
yet?
is not. It's not Michael.
Oh, Thomas, not Michael. Excuse me, Thomas.
And they're not in the hut yet?
No. This is
but the grandmother and Mary have left.
Yes, everyone's out of this trailer, but the trailer's now exploded.
Yeah.
And all of her all of her wedding album is gone.
Yeah. She's gonna have to move above this school.
She probably had like she didn't trust the bank. She's like six grand and like in a coffee cup somewhere.
Definitely. Yep. It's all gone. Thanks, Virginia Madsen. Again, not doing great by the people in this town.
No. So that's kind of gets us towards the last act wherein.
But I love that the firefighters show up and the police show up and they convince, like, no, cuff Gabriel.
Oh, that's right. Yes, because he's like dead, sort of.
Yeah.
And
it's actually kind of badass because Koteas is like, I'm begging you, just fucking cuff this guy. I cannot waste the seconds explaining to you the supernatural adventure that I'm on, but please just cuff that dead body.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, all right. And they put him in the car. Great close up on Walken, opens his eyes and winks at Elias Koteas before the door closes. Pretty fucking sweet.
And then
I have
later
to
on the
say.
highway, you see like the cop car is totally dismantled.
And it's great the way that they introduce that because they're just driving to, so the grandma has taken Mary to this butte.
Yes.
Where they're gonna like protect her. It's on a reservation.
Well, that's all it's the only place I could stay on. I was gonna stay in that cabin there that I really grown to love.
But the way that they introduced that though is rad because they're driving down the road like in a truck, and you see like bits and pieces of the cop car first, and then it's like totally turned over. Those cops are dead. Walken's clearly out of it.
You get to see them as dead meat, which is cool.
Yeah.
And then Walken's like, did somebody say Amanda Plummer? Because this is like, the movie's like pretty much ending at this point. It's like, I need another minion.
Why?
It's because he doesn't drive.
Yes, yeah.
And
it's so annoying. I do love how so we do get more of the him using his sleep powers right here because he goes to an ICU at a hospital. And he's like, I'm looking for someone who might be dying tonight.
This is great.
And this nurse is
who
like,
do you have on deck dying wise?
Totally. Who's up next to eat shit?
When he's looking at all like the medical charts, it's great. Recovering, stable. Get out of here.
Dude, he throws the clipboard on the person. Oh, it's awesome.
He's vamping in this scene. I love it.
Well, it's pretty great.
He's got every like stand-up comedian's like favorite power in that like he tries out these shitty one-liners with all these people. They don't laugh, are confused, and he makes them go to sleep.
Oh, that didn't work for you. Get out of my face.
When he stumbles upon Amanda Plummer, though, it's fucking great. He goes, deteriorating quickly. My favorite.
When he brings her back to, he's like, hi.
Oh, yeah, the high.
It's great.
God, it's
And
awesome.
She's also wants to be dead, obviously.
And here is like, this movie's only like 99 minutes, which thank you very much. But like screenplay wise, like we know at least a little bit about Adam Goldberg. He was a suicide and yada, yada. And like, I don't know, man. Let me know anything about this Amanda Plummer character.
Nope.
Just on the verge of death, because it's weird this
is a sequel to So I Married an Axe Murderer after the events of that film?
entirely possible, dude.
Woman. Whoa, man. Whoa, man.
Oh, and Phil Hartman, the bitch he was talking about that they cut his eyes out, was the angel you seal, obviously.
A cappuccino.
This is all making perfect sense. I think it's a shared cinematic universe.
There she goes. There she goes again.
And the hi is just an interpretation of hello. Hello.
Can I get a haggis? My parents are Scottish.
Harriet. Sweet Harriet.
There's at no point that we're in this movie Christopher Walken goes, heed!
Paper!
No!
Do it. I mean, he's got the Scottish in him. Come on.
Hey,
Yeah.
wasn't Heed Averman from the
Yes,
Mighty
he
Ducks?
was.
It is indeed. Yeah.
Excellent.
If you want a
Wow.
90s evening, put on So I Married an Axe Murderer. It still holds
It
up.
holds
Really
up. It
fucking
does.
funny.
It's really good.
It's got to be like, I don't know. It's got to be in the top 3 Mike Myers movies. right?
Absolutely.
Also,
Absolutely.
R.I.P. Charles Grodin, small role in the movie.
Oh,
That's
right.
Fantastic. Him and Anthony LaPaglia. That is
Yes,
such a good
yes.
scene.
Not Charles Grodin. That's Alan Arkin.
Charles Grodin is in it, though.
Oh, yes. Charles
driving-
Grodin. Oh,
Charles
that's right.
Grodin, he's a
Yes.
small
Oh,
role.
yeah,
He
you're
just
right, you're right.
drives. He drives
Yeah,
Anthony
that's-
LaPaglia to
you're right.
wherever, and he's like, because Anthony LaPaglia is like,
No.
I'm commandeering this vehicle, and Charles Grodin is like, no.
Yes, you're right. Oh, my
And
God.
eventually he agrees to like drive him somewhere, and he's like tapping his hands on the dash. Could you stop doing that? Oh, what, you don't like this? No, it's one of my favorite things. It's so good and dry.
Oh, rest
definitely watch
now,
that film.
legend.
But whatever. So like the final act is he's got Amanda Plummer. They go to a diner for 5 seconds because it's it's the 90s.
I can't see Amanda Plummer in a diner.
You're
Like, what
totally
are we
right.
doing?
You're totally right, man.
And this is just like now the diner waitress thinks that like she's abused by this guy
Yeah.
that is dragging her around, and it's just, I guess that's a moment of levity.
But
That's
it's a
all that
weird
is.
thing where like this nurse or waitress is like supposedly concerned, but then she's like, well, I sincerely hope I never see you again, or something like
yeah,
that.
totally. It's kind of just take it outside kind of a thing.
Exactly. Like, let me just turn a blind eye to this. Oh, you tipped well? Excellent.
But
Harv gave us notes. He wants Christopher Walken to dance on a table with Elias Koteas to a Chuck Berry song. I don't know what this is, but he wants to put it in the movie.
So yeah, we're all sort of convening at the top of this butte that is located on a Native American reservation. Virginia Madsen kind of farting around when, who's there? The best part of the movie, Viggo himself, Viggo Mortensen as Lucifer. Man,
slicked back hair, cocaine fingernail.
Yeah.
and-
yes. Dude, he looks like fucking Harvey Keitel in Taxi Driver.
He does.
And the De Niro and Angel Heart beard.
Yes, he
Oh,
does.
big time.
Yeah, yeah,
Lucifer's
yeah.
exact facial hair.
An underused Lucifer. Like, I mean, like, obviously, it's just Viggo played the devil. I'm into it, by the way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It fucking rocks. It rocks so hard that it feels like it's coming out of a different movie for a
Yes.
second. You're like,
Mhm.
wait, this is too good for the prophecy.
Well, because you're kind of, it's the middle of the prophecy. You're kind of falling asleep, and then Viggo's like, "Hey, like, oh, hey, how about that?"
Well, yeah, because like History of Violence is kind of about him because he used to have dark ass energy back in
Yes,
the day.
absolutely.
This fucking the Indian Runner, he's fucking psychotic in
Yeah.
that movie.
For what it's worth, Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre
Also,
3.
like there was all this shit, and now like Captain Fantastic really put the fucking like stake in the heart of that one.
Which
I'll tell
I
you what.
found okay.
I think it's fine.
I actually
movie.
never saw it.
Really? You didn't care for it, Kevin?
That is, I think, the door that opened halfway to allowing a Green Book to happen.
I agree with
Yeah,
that, but
yeah.
it resonated me as someone who grew up around hippies.
Yeah, there
Sure,
you go.
yeah.
Like
should
in a real
mention,
way.
should mention on Patreon this month we're doing We Love Movies on History of Violence.
That's
right.
That's the Viggo connection.
Patreon.com/We Hate Movies.
He's got some great lines here with Virginia Madsen, too. He's like, God is love. I don't love you, which is a great one. And then the stone cold stunner line of this movie, top shelf dialogue. He
Yep.
goes, I can lay you out and fill your mouth with your mother's feces. Hot damn, that replaces your mother sucks cocks in hell.
Yeah.
There is-
And you know what? From Viggo, it's like, well, I don't know. That sounds kind of nice now. I don't know. Maybe. The
Shit,
guy-
am I into that?
I mean, I kind of want to impress this guy.
I mean, I always wondered what mom's feces tasted like. Might as well.
I do love his whole like motivation. He's like, oh, if Gabriel gets control of heaven, it'll just turn into another hell, which would be one hell too many.
Yes. Tony doesn't want to get put out of business.
Exactly. Like, look, you can't open a Burger King. I got the McDonald's right here. Okay, do not take that shit down the road.
This is also where we see it cuts for a second. You see Virginia Madsen's eyes like kind of dart to the side, and you see this Lucifer assistant guy.
It's
This
like in a
guy's
weird
hilarious.
robe, all these chains. He's like white and black, very Hellraiser-esque, and it's like,
yes, yeah, totally.
it's the Simpsons thing though. It's like, well, when's that guy gonna do something? Because you expect him to like bite somebody or in the big final confrontation.
Yeah, or like clean up the battlefield, like drag Gabriel's body.
That would be great. It's like, all right, yes, you've won this round. Now my assistant will clean up your house.
Well, you're kind of right though, Eric, because in just a few minutes from now, when Walken eats shit at the end of this movie,
yeah,
Viggo is still in the hut with everybody,
Yes.
and Walken's body is getting dragged out. But it's the little guy,
Yeah.
obviously, but you
Oh,
don't even
yeah.
see him.
Like dwell on it for a second.
totally.
Yep.
It would be cool. I mean, it's a cool character design. You know, let's do it.
It's a hilarious little fucking troll monster dragging Christopher Walken out of a hut.
Just ignore him. I promised him we'd go to Wendy's afterwards. He's very impatient.
Listen, we had a hell contest. All the demons got together. He had proof of purchase. He won, so he gets to go to America.
Spicy chicken sandwiches, they're brand new and special right now. He doesn't know what's about. I can see future. I know that you can get him whenever in the future, but it's special still now for him.
There's another great Viggo line where he's talking about how, like, it's when he's explaining that heaven has been closed for all this time, and he's like, I'm always open, even on Christmas.
Yeah.
It's fucking great.
It's a cheesy line, but the way he delivers it is what you want.
Oh, yeah.
And then he has a scene with Daggett, with Elias Koteas, and it's like this thing where like, I was the monster under your bed, blah blah blah, kind of a cool.
It's all so fucking good, and like just
this Halloween.
it just invades from like a totally better movie somewhere. It's
Yes.
so weird.
And I think the last line Lucifer has with him, because once Gabriel's taken out and he eats his fucking heart, which is pretty cool.
Fatality.
Not bad.
There's a line like leave the light on, Thomas.
Yeah, dude. And then Viggo did not return as Lucifer for any of these sequels, rightfully so. But like, how rad would that be, dude? Because if it's just a movie of Elias Koteas v. Viggo Mortensen as Lucifer, fuck,
Exactly.
that's better than that fucking Arnold movie.
Hollywood, listen up. If you're looking for a devil origin story, go back to Viggo. He's still available.
Oh,
these
absolutely.
days.
Yep.
Get him involved.
He's still sexy as fuck.
Yeah.
It would have been interesting if they really pushed this franchise. Obviously, it didn't make enough to do that. But Walken's great and all, but then just do Viggo for the sequel, and then
Yep.
the third movie, get some other fucking weirdo actor.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, please.
Get like, I don't know, like Robert Carlyle, because it's the third one. It's like,
Yeah,
all right,
exactly.
that's fine.
He could play the Archangel Michael or whatever.
I can't. I've got more Stargate to do.
I mean, yeah, the final climax isn't great. It's Amanda Plummer on a car, and she's kind
Yeah.
of being begged to be killed. You know, you get some wacko Amanda Plummer energy, but not nearly enough.
No.
Not what you want.
Mhm.
Not nearly enough.
This is not even Needful Things wacko energy.
Ooh,
She is a fucking bolt of lightning in that bad movie.
Maybe that's a stay tuned for the Spooktacular this
Yeah.
year.
It's
That's
like-
been a long time coming.
It's like putting like pickled jalapenos next to a thing of clam chowder.
Yeah.
It's just a flavor I don't need here.
Nope.
And why would I do it here?
Yep.
For
You're
this
totally right.
little.
It's a flavor that I like.
Sure.
But just not in my clam chowder.
And for nothing. For what? A bit? No.
The craziest part of this finale is the fact that Elias Koteas drives this pickup truck into this structure where
Yes.
all these Native Americans are doing this ceremony and whatnot. I was like,
It looks like a Hard Rock Cafe.
I'm like, what? Why? Why did you have to do this?
Leave it. We'll make this a theme restaurant. Just leave it right there.
A couple of broken guitars on the wall. Looks pretty sharp.
Oh wow! Wait.
There was a moment earlier where he puts a chain out to like trick Gabriel to crash the car. And it goes through the windshield or
That's
whatever.
some good stunt work.
And Walken's got some great weird dialogue here that's like, Tommy, you've got to come work for me. You could eat ice cream all day long.
I guess it's one of the benefits, right? If you're an immortal being, you have all the ice cream you want. Don't gain any weight. Don't have to worry about a lactose intolerance.
It's like defending your life, but with Christopher Walken. And
Ooh, I like that.
Oh, you died trying to work as CD player.
One thing I do want to say, because it comes up a lot in this movie, and it reminded me, every time it happened, it reminded me so much of the fucking Mario Brothers movie. It was like, all these talking monkeys walking around.
Oh, yes.
And we're using that a lot in this movie.
Yes.
You silly talking monkey.
Monkey.
That's right.
You stupid monkey.
Yeah, it's more like that because he hates them. He's
Yes.
like, fucking monkeys.
What is the deal with this 2.5 hour cut of Super Mario Brothers out of curiosity? Or like,
excuse me?
I don't know about
Polished
this.
up like all the
Deleted
scenes.
They polished up the
They
turd?
polished the turds, actually, is what they did.
it's an extra, it's not maybe not 2.5 hours, but it's an extra half hour of footage in a mega cut of Super Mario Brothers.
And where is
I'm
this
into it.
available?
I don't know.
It's online. It
Yeah,
was on. I think it's in the Internet Archive, actually.
Mhm.
What, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I just saw it was like Kotaku had the
Oh,
story.
yeah.
I don't know what that
They're
is.
like a video game.
Can we get
news
some
thing.
Kotakos for the table, please?
Yes, Eric.
Oh, this is interesting. I'm going to have to do
Yeah.
some research.
Yeah.
I could smoke weed tonight and watch 2-hour Mario Brothers movie.
Mhm.
Ah.
But whatever. So like, yeah, he's just calling everybody monkey. Yeah, like, and Viggo eats his heart. It rules.
Yep. But he gets kind of beaten.
Yes.
Koteas has like a fucking tire iron. He's
Yeah.
beating him. It's a weird thing where it's like, yeah, they're these all powerful beings and whatnot, but like can easily be shot and beaten to death.
Yes, like they're not gonna die, but
Yeah.
they're not super strong.
There's some
necessarily.
line about like when they're on Earth, they have like mortality of some kind.
Yeah, right.
And here we get like Lucifer, comes in to save the day. Great guy, love him. I'm glad that finally a movie's portraying him in a favorable light.
Absolutely.
And there's lines while Gabriel's dying, like your war is arrogance, and that makes it evil, and that's my thing. And then also, they suck out they suck that girl's evil
Kernel
kernel
comes
soul.
out.
Yeah.
Dude, this thing
I
turns
love
out-
it. It's like a weird fucking skeleton troll thing.
Dude, it's like a Freddy Krueger monster.
And then, like, I guess God's light destroys it? Question mark. That
Whatever.
fucking fat asshole got off his ass.
Yeah,
Thanks
it's like
for nothing,
It's
dude.
like a flash of light, and then it gets destroyed, which is I don't know. It feels weird because
does.
the soul has been jumping around so much just for it to be vaporized.
It should go
like
to
that.
hell. Viggo
Yes,
should
I
get
thought-
it.
I thought that little guy was going to come up and like with a net.
Like a dog catcher.
Better movie, man.
I can see God just being like, oh, God, you want me to be looking everywhere? You want me to be looking at Oklahoma City? Do you want me to be looking all over the place? Come on.
It is maybe it's a thing where he was like, several of my soldiers have gathered at one place all at the same time. Oh, and Lou's there? Oh, this can't be good. Better step in.
All right. No, I'm getting up. 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 I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get up.
Oh, what's that? A rerun of the Hogan Family? Huh? Oh, hang on a second.
Turn the light on and go right back to bed.
Pause the alternate dimension married with children where Ed Asner plays Al.
Oh, shit. No, I'm getting up. All right. All right. Gonna stop that fucking infernal war right now.
It would be awesome if you just see him, he gets up and he just parts some clouds and goes,
Don't make me come down there.
It is kind of, he just zaps this fucking, which thing looks like a dinosaur mixed with a fucking.
You know what it reminded me of actually was the when things are going Flip City in Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
And that fucking
Yes,
creature
yes.
walks under the arc in
Absolutely.
Washington Square Park.
They're probably both claymation, right?
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
It did sort of look like some sort of
Yeah.
stop motion situation.
Both look like big hunks of shit.
And that's another thing. Fucking God is just like, oh, is that a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man down there? I can't be bothered. I really can't.
Well, he's a sailor. You know, he was in the service. I can't just kill him.
Thank you for your service, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I hope you had a good Memorial Day.
Listen, I'm not getting into Gozer's business. Gozer's doing his thing. I'm doing mine.
Venkman, he doesn't die for 30 years. They'll be fine.
Oh, I don't fuck with Gozerians. I do not fuck with Gozerians, man.
Oh, that fucking Sumerian shit? Nah, no, I'm good.
Hey, you got the Domino's number? Let's just get a couple of pizza here.
Thin and crispy. They get the selectable crust knife. Sydney, have you heard this?
Oh, sweet. Look, it's another episode ahead of the class. Oh, it's that last season with Billy Connolly. All right, I'll watch it.
You know, I would never think to have a banana, peppers, and grilled chicken pizza. But you can just do it. Sydney, this is incredible. Did I make this?
No, Shaq did.
Oh. My good friend Shaq.
God made Shaq, and Shaq made the banana pepper pizza.
Available now at Papa John's. It's not an ad.
They should change the name to Papa Shack.
Absolutely. Drop that name.
Dude, I would totally buy a Papa Shack's t-shirt if that happened.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'd
Why
buy
not?
Papa Shack's pizza.
Eh.
A pinch. I don't know.
So yeah, Lucifer takes it is kind of this funny thing where it's like, you know, he has to be Lucifer. He's like, and now you'll come with me. He's like, no, get out of here, devil. And he's like, all right.
It's so stupid because Koteas is just like, oh yeah, well, my faith is restored because a light beam killed that monster or whatever just happened. I wasn't entirely paying attention, but my faith is restored.
Well, I'd love to kill all of you, but as you see, Gabriel's dead, so limbo is open. And, I've got to be there to sign everybody in.
I love that Viggo like walks out of this movie exploding into a murder of crows.
Yep.
Pretty badass.
That is in the trailer, and I think the trailer makes you believe that Walken does it.
Oh.
Or maybe Walken does it in a sequel.
No, well, they make you think that they do it reverse. In
Oh,
the
right.
trailer. He
Oh,
comes
really?
in from
Yes,
being a bunch of
okay.
crows. He like conformed from crows.
Because I remember that's what the thing was like, oh man, that's that crow movie. That's the kind of I remember being very disappointed when that only happens at the end.
That's another movie that's got a soundtrack with a bunch of shit you don't want to listen to anymore.
That's exactly right, except for
Two
Big
of
Empty.
them.
Well, the Crow, I think
The
it's
Crow
got,
soundtrack's pretty excellent,
think
in case
so.
you're wondering.
Both of them.
we
The
get,
second one
uh,
has Deftones. Woo.
it's got Nine Inch Nails doing the cover of Dead Souls.
Big
that
Empty by
soundtrack
Stone
is-
Temple Pilots.
Yes, that's a great
Okay.
track.
All right. The Crow soundtrack is better than I remembered. Maybe I got to rewatch that movie, huh?
Yeah, give it
You
a
should
go.
probably do it on Devil's Night, my
Oh.
new favorite holiday. That would be a WLM, possibly.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
It's right on the edge there.
For
Yes.
nostalgia, I think it would
Yes, for
push it
sure.
over. a bit.
The sequels
We
will
could
be H's for sure.
City of Angels, we could definitely do on the H.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, and then that's the end of the movie. There's a sick copter shot of
Sure.
the butte. And then it's Elias Koteas kind of giving some more narration that you cannot be paid to pay attention
No,
to.
it's
Oh,
just like, and then that's why I'm a human, because I'm fallible or something.
I mean, I see the writing on the wall. I turned it off. I was like, the fucking time's almost over.
That is the end of this motion picture. Would anybody recommend it? Steve, we'll start with you.
No, and I really wish I could. I just wish it was more exciting. Like, there's exciting parts to it. Walken's a lot of fun. Viggo's fantastic. There's peaks, but so many valleys. And this movie, the middle of this movie is so boring. I can't recommend it. I wish it was better.
Chris Cabin.
It's really badly made. This is a big no for me. It's clunky as shit. Like the big scene, like Walken does come out of nowhere. Like you would think a presence like that, he would like kind of hang over the whole movie.
Yeah.
He just kind of pops in, pops out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
he casually opens a door.
There's no mood to it. It's just no crap.
Eric Siska.
I understand the critiques, but I'm going to give it a recommend. I think Walken is having the time of his life
Yes.
in this role.
Yeah.
The amount of time he is on screen. You got Viggo. There's stuff going on. I like the idea of the evil American colonel being the worst human possible. So it's a recommend from me, but I understand the misgivings.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Like, I get it. This movie does kind of suck, but it's a light recommend for me too. I think part of it is just the childhood trauma of growing up Catholic.
Sure.
Like, I will always be attracted to like quote unquote Catholic horror and whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you know, End of Days, fucking Stigmata, all that shit. Passion of the Christ, you know, another horror movie we spoke about today.
Big one.
And I think like for the shining things of like Viggo and Walken's performance, like boring horror sucks, of course, but like you could kind of skate in just like checking that stuff out. It's definitely not a rewatch at any point, but like if you haven't seen it,
I can see where you're getting. I'm almost there.
yeah. But speaking of almost there, we are there. That is the end of this week's episode. Now, as always, you can find more content that we produce on patreon.com/wehatemovies, including the WLM on the aforementioned history of violence with our good friend Viggo Mortensen.
On the $10 tier, the top shelf, the blue tier, you got your a banger of a Melrose 2.0. That episode went really crazy.
Yeah. We might not be able to walk back from that.
And
Pretty filthy.
Death of a Cheerleader on our once in a lifetime, our bi-monthly lifetime tier, which is another Tory spelling event. Eric, what we on the Gleep this month?
On the Gleep glossary, this is our Star Wars Shide Show where we talk about a Star Wars character. And this month I thought we'd change it up. It's going to be our 30th Gleep glossary. If you subscribe now, you unlock them all. But I thought we'd finally cover Ken.
Who's Ken?
Ken.
I'm excited to find out who Ken
You'll
is.
find out who Ken is later.
Is this a robot? I smell robot.
You'll be surprised.
Okay.
Ooh, is it an acronym?
No,
KEN?
it
Okay.
is not.
Fair enough.
No, it's not. No spoilers for
All
this.
right,
No
fair
spoilers.
enough.
Yeah, a lot of, and we're doing our quarterly commentary on the Jackass motion picture.
That's right.
Commentary.
That's going to be a fun one because I haven't seen that in forever. We're probably going to be a little toasty when we watch it.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Sure.
Yep, I'm going to be gagging at that fucking paper cut scene. Don't even worry about it. I have not seen, what was the first movie, like 2004?
That sounds
Something
right.
like that.
Yeah.
One and done for me.
I haven't seen it since whenever we saw it in the theater.
Yeah.
So that's going to be really interesting. But as always, here on the free feed, folks, WHM Prime, as we call it, will continue. The Summer Blockbuster Extravaganza rolls on. Steve, what are we talking about next week?
We are talking about a superhero film, really a blockbuster in its own right. Jonah Hex.
Yeah.
You know, my only memory of seeing Jonah Hex was we did some sort of like chef cabin cupcake situation at the old Astoria Hall, and I'm trying to watch Jonah Hex, but I'm also seeing literally through the television.
Yeah.
I don't remember a fucking thing about that movie.
No, you'll forget Baby Fossbender in there.
Josh Brolin is the titular
Yes,
Jonah
he
Hex.
is.
And the hex is on the audience,
Yes,
sadly.
indeed.
So until next week, when we're all cursed, I'm Andrew Jupin.
Steven Sadak.
Eric Siska.
Chris Gavin.
Take it easy.
That was a HeadGum podcast.